can I tell you a story that I've never talked about this? Um, the last time I talked to him was in 2017. I believe it was September. And I had not spoken to him in many months because I thought this was going to be a one-term president, and I thought he was, my read was really off, that I thought this guy was a libertarian and that he just won an election and he'd be one and done. And then all of a sudden he's going to run a second term, he said, almost out of the gate, and was doing things that just shocked me. So I had no contact until September. And he called me because I had a series on Fox called Objectified, and he had done the original show with me. So he called me to say, "Oh, isn't it great? I got great ratings for you, and now you have a show." And he could tell I didn't sound particularly happy to talk to him. And he said, "What's the matter with you?" And I said, "I'm furious at you." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "How dare you talk about Colin Kaepernick and say they should fire all those sons of bitches just because he knelt?" And he said, "Well, it's wrong." And I said, "Do you remember?" I remember this. And I said, "Do you remember how people protested the Vietnam War?" And he didn't. And I said, "They burned flags." And he said, "Well, that's wrong." And he said, "Well," and I said, "It worked." And I just went in, and I thought he was going to say, "Fuck you," and hang up the phone. And we talked for about 20 minutes. And at the end of the conversation, he said to me, and it just reminded me of your conversation, Bill. He said to me, "Nobody says no to me. Nobody argues with me." And he said, "I appreciate this." And, I
Yeah.
took this in, and he said, "Call me once a month and tell me what you think." And I was so shocked by it. I thought, did I possibly get through to this guy? 10 minutes later, he doubled down in the tweet about firing the sons of bitches. And I just felt like
Yeah.
the sincerity part felt like an act to me. And I thought, that's it. And I've never spoken or interacted with him since.